Hi, this is Nancy at Notions, and we're kind of doing something special today, kind of a vendor video profile. I want to introduce you to Sajive. What is your title at Knitter's Pride?
I'm a part of the owner's family. I'm a director in the company.
All right. So we found out when we were at the H&H show in Cologne in Germany how cool Knitter's Pride is. We kind of learned about their story, and we didn't know. And so when he came to visit Notions this week, he was telling the management at Notions his story. And they were like, you guys have to do a video on this. Our customers need to know the story. So I'm going to hand it over to Sajive, and he is going to tell you the story of Knitter's Pride.
Hi, my name is Sajive Jain. I'm from the Knitter's Pride family. Thank you for this opportunity for us to introduce ourselves. So I'll give you a little history. We started off around 30 years ago. Our companies were started by my parents. It was not knitting. We basically started with the brush business. It basically started with the whole idea to try and help women from the lower, poorer section of society and see how we can empower them and give them jobs. So my mother, she went to Korea and Germany and learned how to make brushes, and then came back to India, and then she started teaching these ladies how to make different brushes. The whole idea behind this was that my mom always used to say that if we can empower women, if we can uplift women, then we can uplift the society. And in fact, probably that's one of the best ways to uplift society, because once the women are uplifted, the kids get uplifted, and then it's kind of a domino effect. So keeping that in mind, my parents basically, one of the driving principles was, how can we help empower women? In India, unfortunately, still in the rural parts, people are very conservative, and women are not educated that much. So they were not employable, they're not able to get jobs. So we thought, why not give them jobs that are simple, easy manufacturing jobs. Today, in our total company, we have around 3,000 people in our total group. Almost around 30% are ladies. In the Knitter's Pride factory, we have around 1,000 workers, out of which around 350 workers are ladies. We have a policy in Knitter's Pride that we guarantee 100% employment to any lady that wants a job. So, ever so often, almost every week, we'll have a lady who'll come and, they say we need a job, and we give them a job. It could be a simple job as, just putting a needle inside a bag, and as simple as that. But we've seen it's really changed lives. So there's a story of one of the ladies who joined us around 5-6 years ago. At that time, her husband was earning a higher salary than her. Today, she's earning a higher salary than him. And what that's done, for her is that her self-respect has gone up a lot. Her respect in her family has gone up a lot. The kids are going to school. The house has changed. They had mud flooring, now they have marble. They have a TV, etc., etc. So what we've seen is that it's really helped to uplift lives. Another part of our philanthropic activities that we do is trying to educate the girl child. So we took upon a challenge around 10-15 years ago, where we said, let's locate a village which is a downtrodden village which has land maybe, but they don't have the means to build a school. So after spending around 2 years, we found a village, a small little village with around 50 homes, and they had a land with 2 broken rooms and a tree which they called school. And and a lot of the classes were held under the tree, unfortunately. So we basically came up with this model where it's a self-sustainable model for schools, where the school is managed by the villagers themselves. Because what we saw is that most of the charitable schools, as long as the benefactor is alive, the school is alive, and then the moment the benefactor is gone, the school is also gone. So we wanted to come up with a kind of a self-sustainable model. So what we did is, we got together a group of the village elders, and then hired a social worker to work along with them. And we taught them how to run the school and govern the school. And then we invested, through obviously the profits of the companies, through the sales of Knitter's Pride, money into developing the infrastructure, the building, blackboards, tube lights, all kinds of capital expenses. And then we, worked with the school and told them that, we'll also fund the deficit between your revenue and your expense, so it's a self-sustainable model. So it started, I think the deficit was this much, today it's come down to this much, and hopefully, soon it'll go, and then they won't need us anymore. And that's our whole idea, to come up with this self-sustainable model. So what's interesting is when we started this school, 10 boys joined, and there were no girls from the village. So we said, what's going on? So we went, met a few of the homes, and then, we had to convince them to really send their daughters. They were a little hesitant, like I said, unfortunately, still there's a lot of conservatism, in the rural parts, but, we were able to at least convince 2 of the households. And so we had 2 girls who came, and then I think they obviously enjoyed, and then they went back and told everyone else, and then, by the next week, all the girls from the village started, coming. So that was really nice, and it started with around 10 children. Today we have around 900 children that attend this school, and from villages from almost a 5-6 mile vicinity. 50% of these children, they don't pay any fees, it's completely free, and the balance 50% pay any between $1 to $2 a month. So it's basically a very good education at a very, very low cost. So this is basically what gets us out of bed in the morning, and it's all thanks to the whole team and the whole network. Our distributors, our retailers, our customers, the sales reps, everyone who's helping to sell the product. We always thank everyone. We'd like to thank you, and that's just basically us. We just want to really try and see how we can help people.
So there's the thing, when you're shopping on Notion's website and you're looking at the Knitter's Pride products, now you know that you're not just looking at really high quality, super cool product that everybody wants to have, but now you know that there's actually a purpose behind all of that product. And when I heard the story, I knew you had to know. So I hope you enjoyed this little interview, and if you have any questions, of course, always contact your sales rep.
Thank you.